Good morning, Bernard. Damn, he's
Hello, Mr.
noisy.
Saul.
I talked him into making that fuel car a reefer, though. And I said, now you need a sign on the side of it. You know, and we need to make it a billboard reefer, billboard reefer. And I said it could be Miller beer on there, which the guy that he got the loco from, his friend, that's what he drank. So
awesome.
Actually, if he does that, he has to make sure that the part of the roof lifts up so it can be an esky.
there you go.
You know, it uses the gas as a refrigerant as it passes through the pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a little cooler in it.
Yeah. Instead of propane, put beer in that thing and
yeah. Yeah, it's coming along pretty good. Pretty happy with it.
No, Bernard says hello. I can't wait till you start riding it.
Well, if I could ever get my plumbing from Loco Parts, I could run it. He's taking his time making the valves.
Well, do you want crappy valves or good quality valves?
I want good quality valves.
So it'll take time.
It'll take time.
Hey, Lee. Lee's here. Bernard's here.
Hi, Lee.
Bernard said hello, by the way, Kenny.
Oh, hey, Bernard. Hey, Lee.
Okay, now let's figure out where I left that.
You know what's funny, Claude?
What's that?
Since knowing Steve, I've never seen his workshop this busy.
Oh, he's been hammering this thing since August.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how far he's come.
Oh, yeah. He's come a good, considering he said, he wanted to take his time, not rush anything because he wanted everything to be Mickey Mouse. And yeah, so far everything looks Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. He's done a really good job on it. And of course, he's a woodworker. So the wood part for him is a lot easier to do.
Oh, yeah.
But, when he told me he had to build that tender, do all the plumbing on the loco, build a fuel car, all that stuff. And he was telling me all the things he was going to have to do. And I'm like, there's no way you're getting this done for the triennial. But I believe in he'll have it done by the time I get there.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I won't be able to attend the triennial.
Yeah.
As much as I want to.
Well, we kind of been telling the guys on Trackside, when it was I was going to be up there, and if any of them wanted to meet, Bernard might come. I don't know if Bernard's going to be there. Joe Rader wants to know who's the guy in the middle.
I'm a ghost.
He says, "Wow, who's the guy in the middle?" Joe, you know who that is. He's our favorite down under her.
Yeah, I was going to say that just sounded wrong.
Appropriate though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we've just been saying that, and Bernard said he might. He's not horribly far from there. I think Chuck was going to try and be there, and then Steve's friend Tim was going to be there. So,
good old Tim, the fireman.
It'll be yeah. He's a fireman right now, but they took him on full time.
Yeah, no, but do you remember the story Steve used to tell us about his friend Tim?
They'll be putting him over on the right-hand seat pretty soon.
Yeah, I still remember the stories. You were telling me how one day you were filling up the SW1200 and he spilled fuel all over the engine. He's like, "Oh, I'll be fine. Just start it up."
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of ironic. We didn't want to set that forest on fire, and now that forest is gone. looks like a moonscape now. Everything's gone. So how are you coming on the new control panel, Claude?
I got the black all put on. I got it striped and the black put on it yesterday. I'll put a couple of coats of the yellow on there today, and get that done. Yeah. Oh, for the guys that are here, they don't know what you're talking about. I got my yard wired up on the layout, and I made the first control panel. So let me change this here. Go back to that. Made the control panel plexiglass, striped it off and painted it. Had it all set up for the touch toggles. And then I realized these two crossovers right here were going to be too close together to get the touch toggles in. So I had to redo it. And I'm up to this point so far. Look, that way. Doesn't look the same because you can't see it here. How's that?
So, what system are you using to control the touch toggles? Like, is it what's it called? The NCE microcontroller, or?
No. This is these are touch toggles for the turnouts. I'm not using my throttle. I'm not using.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like what's going to be the brains for the touch toggles?
From Barrett Hill trains. It's the whole thing. They have a interface, I guess you say, between the touch toggle and then the wires from that go out to your tortoise.
Yep.
And of course, then your power for the tortoise for the track just comes off your track power, and then when it switches, it does the frog.
Yeah.
The power off of the touch toggles is just a 12-volt wall wart kind of thing. You plug that into the base unit, and the base unit.
So all the switches are pretty much independent on themselves with processing, what it needs to do, etc., etc.
Yeah, very similar. Well, the only difference between what I'm doing and what guys used to do with the regular toggle switches is mine aren't physical toggle switches. They're the LED touch toggle.
Yeah.
And you just touch them with your finger and they'll change. In fact, let me put I'll put the let's see. TouchToggle.com is the easiest way to get to them. If you know who Joy Ricard is with Trackside Scenery, Ken, who owns Barrett Hill Trains, went to his place and showed how to set them up and everything. You can put these behind a piece of paper if you wanted to. I'm putting them behind plexiglass, but you could put them behind a piece of paper and they'll shine through the paper, and you just touch that spot and it'll change it. But they've got all kinds of neat ways of doing it. They've got a Y adapter. They've got a 3-way switch adapter, which I've got 2 of those on my layout. So those are going to come in really handy. In fact, my 2 3-ways are back to back in the yard. One right after the other. I got you muted, Steve, because you were making noise.
That's fine.
Now you're not. But
well, I'm going to be making more again. You might as well just mute me.
Just mute you. We can do that. Hey, John. Our favorite pilot's here.
Hey.
Where are you at these days, John? Hope you're not in the snow and ice like I am right now.
No,
He's going to have me on this all day, off and on. I can't tell which one I like better. And you really can't see it on here very well.
yeah, I'm just reading up on these touch toggles.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Now, if you've got a lot of stuff, like in my yard, I've got 12 setups that I've got to do. So they get, they start getting up there in cost, but they're still pretty cool. I like them. Excuse me. Oh, John's home for a change. Yeah, but right now I'm building this kit here that I bought on eBay from Laser Art Structures by Branch Line Trains. Not a very good picture.
Oh, yep, cool.
Yeah, they call it a welding shop. I'm going to use it as a supply house kind of deal next to the roundhouse.
Yeah.
On the way out.
No, it looks good. I'm reading up. Yeah, these touch toggles, they actually look pretty good.
Yeah.
Be nice if I could find prices. Damn it. 40, 50.
Well, everything's getting up there in price now. We just came from the grocery store this morning, and wife, I push the cart, she throws stuff in there, right? She never looks at prices. She just buys what she needs. And she grabbed a 6-roll pack of toilet paper, and it was $10 and something.
Jesus.
Might as well start using money to wipe your ass with.
Yeah, no, that's kind of like here in Australia at the moment. Like, prices are going up. Like, our fuel prices are the highest they've ever been ever.
Yeah. Well, I saw something the other day. They said they were expecting $7 gas here, and I'm sure that's on each coast. We always have it a lot cheaper here in Oklahoma, in the middle of the country, but yeah, they're driving it up. That's for sure. That's not the oil companies. Oh, well, let's see here. I think I need to paint this before I try to. I may put it.
So let's see. So
This one, I need that one, not this one. Which one is this one? Okay, that one, that one. Okay, this one. This goes on the bottom. So. And this goes this way. Oh, how much fun can you have in one day? Okay, I'm going to put this together.
Yeah, so our premium petrol, which is equivalent to your regular petrol, we're paying $5.50 a gallon, US.
Yeah, that sounds more. I don't know what it is on the coast right now, but it's here in Oklahoma. It's only, in fact, it went down from what it was last week. It was up to 329 last week, but it's this morning. I noticed it was 318 at the place where we get it on the way to the grocery store.
Yeah,
But that's usually when it drops like that. It usually is going the other way higher. They'll do that all the time. They drop it down for a few days and then they pump it back up and they'll go past what it was. So
yeah. Well, we used to pay roughly that, but yeah, no, fuel prices going up because of taxes and like grocery, like for us to do groceries, like we easily can spend $200 a week, just to have enough food in the house to eat properly.
We just went this morning, Brenda and I, and it was 3 bags. It's good sized bags. We use the reusable bags. 3 good sized bags, but it's maybe half of what we normally buy, and it was $185. I carried all the bags at one time. $185 in two hands. Crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's like I can understand why all the prices are inflated because obviously they're trying to get money back into the economy because of what COVID did, but at the same time, it's kind of like a kick in the backside because like it's got to be done to get the economy back on track, but you can't do it because no one can afford it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They tell you that's why they're doing it, but it's not really. That's not how you fix. That's not how you fix the economy. The Fed's been trying to fix the economy for here in the States for 40 years, 50 years, and all they've done is made it worse.
Yeah, well, they're doing that over here because our government, what they're doing is they're doing like coupons, like cash returns, to try and get people to go out, get back into the restaurants, get back into the coffee shops and all that. So basically, if you spend over, I think it was like if you spend over $40 and under $500, you can get up to 50% of your money back. And that's purely so, it gets customers back into businesses, so those customers can then get an income to then put back into the economy through taxes.
Yeah, but that's the thing that money when they refund that money, where does that come from?
Oh yeah,
it comes from the taxpayers. It's the only place the government ever gets money from is taxes. So anytime the government gives you something, they had to take it from somebody else to be able to give it to whoever they're giving it to.
And yet
people don't look at it that way.
People still are bludging on the dole.
Yeah, people don't look at it like that though. They just go, "Oh, I'm getting money back, yay!" But they don't realize what it's going to do down the road because they don't care.
Oh yeah, exactly.
They're just thinking about what they're going to do, next week. They don't think about what the long-term effects this stuff has. And politicians count on that. And
as they say, if you look at Mother Nature and how the earth works, or nature works, the human species is the only species where we elect probably the most dumbest person to run the majority. Whereas every other species always elects the strongest and smartest.
Yeah.
But no, there's been like a lot of stuff happening around here with the government, and it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, and it's always been that way. It'll always be that way because people just don't change enough to change it.
Oh, the other thing that annoys me is like the other thing that annoys me is I understand what's the whole Russia thing. Like I understand what's going on over there, and I can understand, that there's a lot of people who are in trouble. But at the same time, like it's a bit hard to try and figure out what side to sit on when, my stepdad's parents or my step grandparents who will live in Poland, they're just sitting there like, oh, this happens every year. It's nothing different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, if they're not worried, should we be worried? Who knows? Oh, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be
stay there all by itself. That's nice.
I'm going to be drawing. What do I need to draw? Point lever plans. That's the one I want.
Man.
What?
Well, this is a laser cut kit. I'm not used to laser cut kits. All the stuff's been lasered, nice and square and straight. I got this little thing sitting here almost by itself, snapped together.
Yeah. Just as long as you make sure that when you, instead of pushing the wood out, make sure you use a hobby knife just to cut the little bits where it's just holding it in the main piece.
Oh yeah, well I use a straight edge razor and put it down flat on here and cut that. What do I do with that?
Yeah, it's amazing how many people get laser cut kits and they just push it out and then they go, "Oh no, I broke a corner. I broke this."
The only broken part I've found so far is the piece that was here between the garage doors. And I've got it in the pack, and it's got a backing piece that goes on there. So when that happens, it'll be easy to do.
Yeah. The other thing as well is if it's a piece you're not going to see, you just use a bit of paper and pretty much right.
Come back in. Okay. Got a phone call, spam call. But yeah, it's got a backing piece on here. And so once I put that backing piece on there, I'll glue the front part with the wood slats on it. I'll put that on there. It's a nice little kit, but it's, this is more like putting Tinker Toys together. Except for the, I'll tell you what, the trim pieces on this thing, they're all laser cut too. And this is ply. This shop is a mess. This is all that's the backside. All laser cut trim stuff out of this 1/32 ply.
Yeah. No, laser cut stuff's pretty good as long as, the person who's drawn it has actually done it properly, used the right materials.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty nice little kit. It's got all this stuff on it. And then, of course, on all these small trim pieces, there's adhesive backing on it.
No, that's good.
So you can peel that off and stick it on. I guess hold it in position while you glue it or whatever. But
Yeah, or just use it to have it adhere.
yeah,
Which is good.
a lot easier, but okay, that goes there. Now these are going to go in there, so I'm going to cut those off. Okay, let's see what Steve's doing. He might have something to say.
I'm putting on the corner pieces.
Ah,
They got to fit in it. There's a little gap in here up underneath this rail I put on yesterday. This side's done, but you can't see it. It's going to fit up like this, basically.
You'd think Steve would have done the corners first before putting the top pieces on.
No, corners last.
well, after seeing how he did that cab, I'm not gonna question how he's doing the wood.
Oh, the hinges came yesterday.
Did they?
Yeah.
Are you gonna put them on with straight pins?
I don't know yet.
This thing is so tiny, man.
I haven't even looked at them yet. I should go get them because they're still out in my truck. I should go get them and look at them, see if they're even going to work.
You could watch Steve do that all day, almost.
Yeah, the other nice thing about these are laser cut, but they're the pieces that hold the laser cut piece in the sprue.
Mm-hmm.
This big old long side, there's only three places where it's not lasered out. So you don't have a lot to have to cut out either, which is nice. I got that one all the way.
Hey, Claude.
Yes, sir.
I went in yesterday after we were done, and Gus and Blue had taken the throw blanket on the couch and tore it in half.
And Sheila didn't say anything, huh?
That didn't go over well.
I don't imagine. Is she rethinking being a dog person?
Yeah.
Well, she needs to tell her son that he owes her a blanket.
Oh my God, yeah. They're fine when they're sleeping, but
She's funny.
I'll get this piece on and glued, and I'll go look at those hinges.
And here I am just looking at point levers.
Looking at who?
Point levers.
Okay, let's see over there. They're talking, as usual, they're talking on their own. Oh, Bernard asked me a question. Did you see it above? How did you cut out your switch yard plastic? Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me look here. I hadn't even been looking at that here. Water jet cutout. No, I didn't have a water jet cutout. I cut it with I scored it, put a straight edge on it and scored it and then snapped it off. It's only like 3/32. Not even quite. I don't even think it's quite 1/8 of an inch thick. And as far as the lines on it, so what I did was, let me get the one that I'll get you the one I'm not using because it's easier to show. Okay, move this on the big screen here. Okay, so I cut out the plastic. You can see it's not very thick. I mean, it's still rigid enough. It's about the same thickness as the glass that came in the picture frame that I'm going to use. But I didn't want to use glass because I just didn't want to break it. Plus, I needed to put these holes in the side over here. These are for on-off regular toggles here. I'm not using touch toggles here. I'm using regular, flip throw switches to shut these tracks off. But all the lines, what I did was I cut this out. Then I made my track diagram like I needed to make it to do this, and I put it backwards on a piece of paper. Okay. So then I just laid this on it, lined it up with the paper plan, and took the 1/8 inch painter's tape, which I got on Amazon for about $2.40 a 30-yard roll, which was by far the cheapest I could find a chart size tape like this. But anyway, use that to mask it off, mask the back side of the glass. Then I brought it down here and I just painted the first coat with black and put this has about 3 or 4 coats on it here. I'm going to put about 5 or 6 on the new one because this one's getting redone. But put the black down first, and I peeled the tape off and did the yellow. So the whole back's yellow, but then it gives you the contrast lines. And I'm using the touch toggles on the turnout throws. That's why they're laid out like this. So I had room for the touch toggles. These are 2 3-ways. And the light to go across here. So when I need to choose a route on the freeway, I just hit whatever route I need and it'll change to that one automatically. And I got these two too close together. I couldn't get the touch toggles in there. So I took this one, moved it here, and moved this one way back here on the new one. So I'll have plenty of room there. But anyway, that's what this is. And that's how I did it. Pretty simple, actually. And you can go a lot smaller than that. I could have used, if I'd have had a printer that would have printed out paper big enough, I could have done the track plan on a piece of paper in whatever color I wanted, and then put that in there and put the touch toggles in behind the paper, and it would have been just fine because they'll shine through the paper enough that you can use it that way. So hopefully that answers your question. But no, I just scored the plastic, the plexiglass, and snapped it off. Hey, Dave BNSF's here. Hey, Dave, how you doing?
Dave.
Oh, Shannon's not here. I'll ask him. Shannon, Bernard wants to know how many more kids you have since he last saw you. I don't think he knows what causes it, Bernard.
Yeah, no, I haven't had any yet.
Yet. Like I said, yet.
They have a cure for that.
Yeah, they do have a cure for that.
So I hear.
Okay. Okay. This is going to go right there. Here. Yeah, I'll have an update on my layout here probably as soon as I get done with this control panel. Oh, don't tell me I stuck the wrong one in there.
Oh my God, these are tiny.
Not that one. No, that's right. Okay. Oh, those hinges?
Oh
Well,
yeah, they're perfect.
the ones I was talking about you putting on there were small ones too, but probably bigger than what you got.
Oh yeah, these are tiny. But yeah, they'll be fine. It's gonna take probably a pin. Actually, it's less than that. I wonder what the size of those are. They are tiny.
Yeah, anytime my one camera goes black, it's a phone call coming in. So, and of course, it's probably telemarketer. I usually have those shut off so they don't even come onto my phone. But since I've got the Social Security thing started and Medicare and all that mess, they have to have a way of getting a hold of me. They're not in my contact list yet, so they would go straight to voicemail, and I don't want that to happen with that. So I have to have everybody else able to get a hold of me. And it is such a joy.
Those holes are 0.029. Is that 2/10,000ths or 2,000ths? 0.02.
102 would be 2/10,000ths.
Okay, so it's just a little shy of
2/10,000ths. Somebody in the chat can answer that better than I can.
Yeah, it's
I'm not a machinist. I don't get down that small.
Yeah, it's 0.0295. So that's just a little less than 3/10,000ths of an inch. They are tiny. I don't even think a pin's that small. Well, that's a project for another day. Okay, back to two corners down, two to go. Yeah, Claude, that was an awesome idea about the beer car. That I hadn't thought of that. That is
Well, it's just another, another kind of tribute to him, I thought.
yeah. Yeah, and there's
Who doesn't like a good
Miracle
beer?
Graphics.
Do what?
There's a company. It's called Miracle Graphics. Her name is Connie Miracle.
Oh,
She
yeah.
does pretty much. Well, she did the stenciling for the switcher that I have. She does all the stuff for the. She can make anything. All you got to do is show her a picture of it and the size, and she can print it up a sticker.
Well, that's what I was going to suggest. Yeah, get a stencil made up so make painting that easy. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Easy.
Be just a sticker. Yeah, put the Miller sign on one side and then High Life on the other.
Yeah. And find an old one too. Find an old advertisement. One of the real old ones.
Yeah.
And that'll make it look pretty cool, I think.
I'll let you do that. You're good at finding stuff.
Oh, finding the picture?
Yeah. So that is, where's my pencil? Pencil. I got 100 pencils up here and I can't find any of them.
Jesus, Steve, you're noisy.
Oh, now he shuts it off, folks. We need to get him a remote mute.
Oh, stop it.
We love you, Steve.
It was Shannon that was bitching about it, not me.
I know.
I swear, every time Steve turns on that drill, it sounds like a cat getting strangled.
I'll fix that.
Oh, he just did it. He just did it to you now. Well, all that stuff he's got there is his dad's old stuff, man. It's all that really good tools that that you can't get anymore. Okay.
Here I'm thinking, where's my optical mouse? Right next to me. So let's see.
I'm not playing this very well. On the back side of this thing.
Why am I singing that tune?
Why are you singing it all? That's a very good one. That's messed up.
I'll do that. I'll move that.
So what's going on in chat?
Well, now they're talking about beer.
We're talking about beer. Ah, Michael's here. Michael McCarville's here. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Hey.
Hang on just a second, Mike. I'll show you the kit again. Oh, this is one kind of like you do all the time. This is a laser art Structures by Branch Line Trains. Not very good light there for that shot, but there it is. Anyway, it's Dan's Welding is the name of the kit. I'm going to use it for a different thing, but that's what it is. It's a laser cut kit. It sure makes it a lot easier than the Craftsman kits, I can tell you that. But that's what I'm building. Who else has showed up? Oh, Mr. Anderson's here. Good morning, Steve. Yeah, it is a cool looking kit, Mike. It's I got it on eBay. I didn't buy it from the company, but it's Branch Line Trains. The footprint on it is 6 by 5.5 by 2.5. But it's clapboard siding and stuff. I think I'm going to use a. I can't decide if I'm going to use the faded gold. That's not a very good picture. It didn't show up very well on the camera. Faded gold or a whitewash on it. Haven't decided yet. But it has all the laser. You know, you're used to these kind of kits. Have the lasered trim pieces and all that. But it was something that I started building. So I wasn't upstairs when my friend Ted was over here working on the other roundhouse. It gave me something to do down here while he was down here. Was over here. He comes over on Mondays and tinkers with the building. So that's why I'm building this one right now. But I always intended to put this one in there. This is going to be the tool supply or just supply shop for the roundhouses. Or the roundhouse, because I'm going to move the Como roundhouse that I originally was going to put in the main yard is going up on the top level now. It'll give me more room in the yard. And you still be able to see it good, so. Okay, what else? Oh, Nathan's here. Hey, Nathan.
A few names I don't recognize.
Oh, Mike's releasing a resin kit soon. Rio Grande Southern Ridgeway office. Ooh. I'll have to make sure I pop in and see that. Oh, Randall Elson's here, yeah. Hey, Randall. Well, we got 10 people have nothing to do. Come watch this.
Yep.
I'm not sure what that says, but welcome everybody.
Just means they love watching us.
Steve Anderson said he's in a team meeting. It's boring. I stopped listening after they told us we get a bonus this year. They might take it back if they find out you stopped listening, Steve. Anyway, for those of you that don't know what's going on with Steve over here, he's putting the outside pieces on his fuel car, which is actually going to be a reefer. It's going to be a Miller Beer reefer, which will kind of pay more homage to his friend that he got the Loco from.
Yeah, I still got his beer. I still got his black 12 pack.
You may have to carry that. You may have to put that in the train.
Yeah, except it weighs about 10 pounds.
It's too bad you couldn't get it on the Loco, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I need the weight there.
I think you just take some, find you some old inner tube, bicycle inner tubes, cut them up and put them on your drivers for traction tires.
Yeah.
The sand, if you had sand on that thing, if it's not heavy enough, the sand's not going to do any good. It'll make it worse.
Well, they found the guys have tried sand, and actually it causes more issues because the sand gets in all the bearings and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing. Some guys have done it though, but
Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should.
exactly, some things just don't scale down either. Sand just doesn't like to.
Yeah, Nathan was close. He guessed that was an 1800s boxcar. It is going to be an 1800s, but it's going to be a reefer.
It's going to have a couple of ice hatches on each end that'll help ventilate this tank too, which will help.
Yeah. Hey, Allie. Allie's popped in.
Hey, Allie. What the hell did I do with my sanding block?
That looks like it's going to sit there fine.
Well, the good thing is I don't hear the sleet or the freezing rain anymore. That's a good thing.
It's 15 degrees here this morning. It is.
Yeah, it was 16 here.
Oh. A little cold.
Oh,
Oh, geez, this is going to confuse me. All this to create a point lever, my God. Okay, what do I not need in here? I need that.
Yeah, this will give you a better look at the size of this kit.
That looks good.
Yeah, it's a nice looking little kit.
Nathan, is it a regular box car or a refrigerated car, or what is it going to hold?
It's going to hold one big propane tank and nothing else.
Oh, yeah. Shannon, did he send you the pictures of Tim's tender that he's building?
Tim's tender?
Yeah.
He's building a Vanderbilt.
He's doing a Vanderbilt with like, what, 3 propane tanks?
Yeah, things holds 18 gallons of water.
Jesus.
I think it'll be at 8.5 pounds a gallon. It's
Yeah.
going to be some weight.
Well, yeah, Tim's no small kid either.
No, he's not. He's a pretty good sized guy.
What logo is that for?
What's that?
What logo is he building?
Oh, he's not building one. He's got a little engines mogul.
Yeah.
And this is a little engines American.
Hi, Ali. Sorry I haven't replied to your messages. Just been very busy. I see him and I'll reply later, and then yeah.
this.
Oh, I haven't sat up this late in ages.
Well, you're staying up this early is actually what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, this early.
What time is it there? What, like 3 in the morning? Almost?
Pretty much dead on.
I got skills.
Duh.
Okay, last corner. Oh, it's the hard one to get to.
Yep, sleet started back up. Sleet or freezing rain one.
We were getting grapple here yesterday. This shop is getting smaller by the day.
Of course it is. It always happens.
That's how you know you're making progress, man.
It's a good thing these stands are on rollers.
That's what mine used to get when I'd build the third scale airplanes. I built that third scale Fokker D1, 3 wings on that thing. It was all I could do to move around in here when I had it together. Of course, the only time I had it together was setting up the wing incidences on it. So, you know, angle of attack on them. And the struts, putting the struts on it. Now you have to have the wings on it to do that. This one. Did you see Allie's question, Shannon?
Hang on.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, and it's all right, but I'm not going to buy it because it needs better paint.
Hey, Nancy's here. Hey, Nancy, how you doing?
Hey, Nancy. It's been a while.
Bernard said, weather here's been like a lotto card. 61, 49, 8, 52, 1. I know what you mean, Bernard. It gets that way here too.
Mm.
We had 70 degrees 3 days ago. And now this morning it's 16. Allie wants to know what you're working on, Shannon.
I was putting DCC in that for a customer, which that's done. And I got some drawings for a VR lever that I got to start drawing and print. Actually, everyone's probably wondering why I'm here all of a sudden out of the blue.
Well, yeah. I mean, you caught me by surprise last night when you
Yeah.
texted us.
So, for those who don't know, COVID has finally hit my household, and I am just waiting to catch it. It's like a chickenpox party, but with COVID. And my son is the, I guess, patient zero of the household.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, I'll catch it so I can get it over and done with, because every time someone catches it and it resets my 7-day isolation probation.
Yeah.
I think I might have caught it because I am starting to get the sniffles now. That, or I'm just so tired my body doesn't know what to do.
Well, when my wife got it, she had cold symptoms to start with, and then the fever hit her. And of course, she had the coughing and stuff, and a tight chest as far as breathing and stuff like that. But she said the worst part was the fever, because it just made her feel like crap.
Well, here's the dumb thing. You look at both my younger two, right? You look at Andreas. He's running around, screaming, jumping up and down. He's like a little monkey. And then you look at Raphael. He's kind of doing the same thing, but he's snotty. He's coughing. He's a little bit lethargic. He's got boogers hanging out his nose. Yet he tested negative, and Andreas tested positive. And it's like, how does that work?
Yeah.
Yes, Ali, we're triple vaccinated now. We got our booster shots. Which surprisingly made me feel 20 years older for a day.
Oh, yeah. That's one reason I haven't had one yet.
Yeah. Nah, when I had my third dose, I was all right for the day. And then the next day, I went to work and all my joints were sore. Everything I moved, it was like the only way I could describe it to people is like I went to the gym and just did a hard session for the whole day, and now the rest of the next day I just was, suffering from it, and I'm like bend at the knees. I'm like, try and get up, try and twist it, and then after that I went home after finished work, went home, passed out at like 7 o'clock to wake up 6 o'clock the next day.
Yep. Well, that's why I haven't taken the vaccine, because I've never had a flu vaccination either. I've never caught the flu. I've never ever had the flu. And of course, I nursed Brenda for the 2 weeks that she had COVID. I didn't get one symptom.
Yeah.
And the only thing I did different that time was I made sure when I cleaned up all her Kleenex and all that kind of stuff that I went in and washed my hands right then, and I didn't kiss her that 2 weeks while she was sick. But slept in the same bed, sat next to her, the rest of the time, did all that stuff. And
well, Omicron supposedly you catch it through the air, not through contact and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's more airborne. But I had to get vaxxed because unfortunately the government made the rules where you can't work unless you're vaxxed. So
yeah. Well, that's like say she just came back from a cruise with our daughter, and they had to be vaccinated. Of course, wasn't planning on going on that cruise anyway, because this is one they had scheduled 2 years ago before all this mess went down, and it got canceled, and so they were going to go regardless. But I might down the road get vaccinated if I want to go cruising, because they're probably going to leave that on there. But if I don't ever go again, it wouldn't kill me. Yeah. I don't have a problem with people getting vaccinated. That's, I think
Yeah,
it
you,
should
you,
be.
just, you just have your own choice about yourself.
Yeah,
And that's the
exactly.
thing. Like
When they
a lot of
mandate it,
people
that's when I have a problem.
yeah, well, here in Australia they did mandate it, but at the same time, like I know a lot of people have their opinions, and everyone's right has their right to their opinion. But at the end of the day, you do you, and that's all it has to be. At the end of the day, if there's consequences because of what the government put in place, then if you want to voice it, voice it. If you don't want to voice it, don't voice it. Just do what you feel is right.
Yep.
Like because no amount of kicking and screaming and jumping up and down is going to change anything.
No. Well, I don't. I don't worry about it. It's not been too big a deal here, thank goodness. But and I know it affects people. It's. I'm not saying it doesn't affect people. It just doesn't affect me, evidently, because I've been around it, and I've been around people that my daughter's whole family had it. My wife had it. I've had friends that have had it, and I know I was in contact with all of them. When they were contagious.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing as well. Like look what happened when the bird flu or the swine flu came out. Like it was the same thing. The only difference, between those and COVID-19 is COVID-19 was just extremely highly infectious. Like it just spread really quickly, unnaturally.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what do you do? Nathan's saying we should ask Barkman about making a train set for the Back on Track channel.
There you go. Oh, we still got Steve muted, so he's probably got 2 cents to throw in here. Oh, he muted himself. Did you mute yourself, Steve? There you go. Nope. That's why.
He can't hear
you. Nancy, I'm building a structure. This is by Branch Line Trains. It's called Dan's Welding. It's a nice little kit, seems to be anyway. Here's a good picture of it. So it looks like here's pictures of the backside. Helps if I make it bigger, doesn't it?
Steve nearly tripped.
There's a little bit better picture. That's the backside and the sides. This is the front. Like I say, it's from Branch Line Trains. And I'm assuming they're still in business. I bought this on eBay, so I don't know. But the box and the sticker on the box are all fairly new looking to me. So I'm assuming they're still in business. Oh boy, I about took it out right there. Earthquake. Okay, now.
Yeah, you can unmute Steve now. Jeez, look at Steve go. He's a machine with wood, isn't he?
I know, yeah. He gets to working and because we'll get on Whereby every once in a while and just, chat while we're doing stuff. And half the time he's not saying anything. He's just working like crazy. Busy little bee.
Like the funny thing is, because you can't really see his head properly, he actually looks like a young man going at it.
Well, I tell you what, if it looks halfway as good as the cab on the Loco, it's going to look really good. He did.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe he tongue and grooved all that wood himself.
Oh really?
Yeah, and they're not very thick. They're like 1/4 inch thick pieces that he did that cab with, and he cut a groove on one side and a tongue on the other side, and then stuck them together that way.
Yeah, they were like a 32nd of an inch.
It's crazy.
Really tiny.
And you complain. Oh, actually, wait. It's not that you that complains. It's Claude that complains about doing end scale.
Well, that cab turned out way better than I even expected. I was really,
yeah.
I was really
Oh,
happy.
actually, that's what I was going to ask. So the hinges, are they for the cab to cover up the center, or?
No, they're for here. I'll show you.
They're for the doors on the front of the cab.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it has doors.
See,
Yeah,
I got.
hang on here. Let me make you big, Steve.
See if I can drop it.
Yeah, you do like I did. Just throw it on the floor.
But yeah, the doors go in like that.
Yeah.
And they got little tiny doorknobs on them. Oops, can't see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's even all tongue and groove on these little doors. And
Yeah,
the
windows
and
slide.
the windows slide open.
We need a little canvas water bag to hang out that thing, man.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what I'm more thinking. He needs to get like a little, what are those little monkeys that you see in movies all the time? He needs to get one of those, train them up, give him a little, driver. So Steve can be in charge of firing the loco.
There you go. Okay. Okay.
It's gonna take me 6 months to get my layout back in shape, though.
Yeah. He said he's got a half inch of dust all on his layout.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of that, Nathan, because from memory, the locos were originally scrapped.
Oh, somebody asked me a question. Oh, Nathan asked me what this building was going to be. I think it's going to be like a tool supply and supply shop by the roundhouse. I think that's what I'm going to make it. I haven't decided for sure yet, but that's kind of where I'm leaning. Michael wants to know, do the doorknobs work? Maybe keys and key fobs. Let's say back on track.
Yeah, the keys were a bitch to make.
Yeah, and then key fobs. You need key fobs, man. I don't think they had key fobs back in the 1800s, Michael.
You know, those doors are, if you look at videos of, I think it's one of the what's the other locomotive at Promontory besides the 119? Jupiter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Google that, and you can see how tiny these cabs are. When the guys are standing on the deck, they're this high. They're at the top of the cab.
Oh, sure. Well, when Brendan and I went up to Durango one time, and they were having Train Fest week, something like that, and they had brought in the Eureka and Palisade.
And that's even smaller.
That thing's tiny.
Yeah.
Well, they can pull one passenger car and a bobber caboose, and it only went up. I think it only went up halfway, and it came back to Silverton, and came from Durango. It went up halfway to Silverton and back. But that thing, a little bitty, tiny. They got two guys standing in there, and they're both hanging out the sides because there's no room in the cab.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doors, I think they're scaled. They're only like 4.5 feet tall. They're really small.
Yeah, there's and of course, there's all kinds of videos
actually,
of those.
Now that I think of it kind of makes sense because you got to think of it this way. Back in those days, you were like 12, 13, 14, or 15 when you started, when you got a full-time job supporting your family. So maybe a lot of the driver and firemen were, just young kids that, haven't shot up yet.
No, I think they were just small.
They were just smaller back then. They didn't weigh 250 pounds.
Yeah, well, you got to think of the life expectancy back then too. I mean, if you lived to 50, you were doing pretty good.
Well, especially if you worked on the railroad.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're a brakeman, it was even younger. Those guys, brakeman was a dangerous job on the railroad.
They were expendable.
Yeah.
They'd fall off. They wouldn't even go back and get them.
Oh, that reminded me. one of our customers that comes into the shop to buy, trains and stuff. He works on the railroad, and he said he was in the bio wash cleaning off a suicide off the front of the train.
Yeah, they didn't pay me enough for that.
Yeah. No, but unfortunately, the thing was, it was at night. They couldn't stop the train because it was a single main line, and there was a reason they couldn't stop the train. But they had a rough idea where it was, and yeah, they managed. And yeah, from what he was saying, basically, yeah, it was just one of those things where, the driver didn't even know. All he knew is he hit someone.
Yeah.
Because it was, in the middle of the desert where there's nothing, and all of a sudden he just hears a thump, and he's like,
yeah, that sucks.
So, but yeah, it was a interstate train as well. It was like, Jesus, someone drives all the way in the middle of nowhere.
Would they get a little Aborigine or something?
No. They knew he was a Caucasian, because yeah, there was still, I guess you could say, remnants of his body still on the train.
Yeah, I hit a kid in Antioch in '92, and took his right arm off and his right leg off. Hit him at 55. When he got stopped, conductor bails off. They don't pay me for that.
Yeah. No.
So I'm sitting up there just waiting. Conductor calls me on the radio and says they can't find his arm. They want you to go look underneath the engine and see if you can find it. It's like, oh. Get out my flashlight and look up and around. I was like, oh God, I hope I don't find it.
Oh yeah, because it's not something you want to see, especially when it's idiots that do it, and it's like, you serious? Like,
I didn't find it, so that was good.
Well, good for you, bad for the kid.
They did find it though.
Yeah.
Oh wow! No, I didn't know that, Bernard. I think Bernard said, "Do you know that the Eureka sat for years on stacked ties in their Palisades? As kids, we played Casey Jones on it."
Huh?
That's pretty cool. I played on a locomotive too, and when I lived in Victorville, there was a little town called Ora Grande that was just west of town, and they had a park, like it would be like a city park where you go and picnic and stuff, and they had stuff for kids to play on. They had an old locomotive, steam locomotive, sitting out there. They had an F-86 Saberjet that you could get in. They had a little concrete highway that you could bring your bikes and your tricycles and wagons and stuff and play on like you were on the highway. And had stuff like that there. But they had that locomotive. I remember getting in it all the time. And I don't think that's there anymore. I'm sure it's probably not. That was probably almost 60 years ago.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna probably head off. It's getting pretty late, and I'm struggling to stay awake.
Alrighty.
Good seeing you, Shannon.
Yeah, it was real good seeing you.
It's finally good to have a bit of a catch up, have a bit of a chat, just chilling out. Good to see Steve working on that reefer.
Yeah, been about a week now. I think I started on 16th. So
Yeah. No, but it looks beautiful. I'm pretty sure once you finish with that, like when you take photos, if you take them at the right angle, you wouldn't even know it's a scaled down model.
yeah, it's going to be stained just like the cab, so it should look really nice.
Mm. But no, you did really well.
Well, thank you. Well, see,
So,
I've got the disadvantage of I've got to follow the same quality that John did with that, because it would look like crap if it looked like crap.
yeah, you got to keep up a certain standard, but yeah, at the rate you're going, you're killing it, and they're still doing a great job. So,
Well, for him, he's got the hard part done.
Yeah,
Tender.
yeah.
All those
Oh,
rivets.
I'm on the home stretch now. I mean, I'm how you say getting down to the short strokes.
yeah, just make sure. Yeah, just don't forget, take your time, and if things start to go a bit hairy, just take a breath. Take the rest of the night off, and then keep going the next day.
I've done that a couple of times, but I've been pretty lucky. It's all kind of gone according to plan for the most part.
Yeah, but nah, like as I said, you should be proud. It looks really good, and
Thank you.
fingers crossed. Once you do get it running, it's got enough weight to actually haul a decent, train.
Yeah, and Train Mountain's called Train Mountain for a reason.
Mm.
I mean, there's 2% grades are common. 3%, there's a couple of 3%. So I may not be running on the mountain. I don't know. We'll see. I might have to double head with Tim so he can shove me up the mountain.
Maybe. But either way, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Like there'll be a few like bottom mountain circuits at the mountain, wouldn't there?
Yeah. There's a couple of flat circles and stuff up there.
Yeah. So worst case scenario, you just do that, and if you want to go at the mountain, you just call Tim and go, Tim, butt up to the back of my train, and then
let's go.
Oh.
We'll probably do that a lot, actually. Anytime I go up there, I'm sure he'll be up there too. So
yeah,
I'll go in front, and if I need to push, he'll push me.
Yeah.
So.
At least think of it this way: once you're at the top of the mountain, you won't need any help down the mountain.
That's why I got brakes on this.
All right. Anyway, see you later.
All righty. Take care, Shannon.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, my goodness.
He left. I didn't get to say bye. I was getting ready to go by, and he jumped off.
Oh, you got to be quicker than that.
I know. Yeah, I was when he paged us last night. I was shocked.
Yeah, I was too. I got the funny ring, and I kind of answered it by accident. It's like, oh, I see what's going on.
Well, like you said, he didn't mean to video us last night, but we were sitting there watching TV, and I thought, well, I'll get on there and see what he's after, what he's wanting.
Oh, you ought to see Blue, man. I mean, he drags Gus all over the place like that. He won't give up that rope, and Blue just tug him all over the place.
Oh, Michael's gotten. Oh, here you go, Steve. Mike's got in your alley now.
You got what?
He said, "What's the best Western movie quote of all time?"
Best Western?
Think you used enough dynamite, Butch?
Yeah. Yep. Did you know that movie was based on the last train robbery that actually happened in Ashland, which is about an hour from here? Going up.
They blew the train, blew it all to pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. It was called the Deontrement Brothers. There were three brothers. It was the last train robbery in the United States. And they blew up the mail car. Probably.
Yeah, if there wouldn't, it wouldn't take much dynamite to blow it apart.
No. problem was they killed the engineer and fireman. So they finally ended up finding them, but yeah, that happened right up here.
Oh, Allie's leaving too. Okay, Allie, see you
Allie.
later. I thought Mike was just going for regular movie quotes, and I had some. But for a Western movie quote, that was from the same movie was hell, the fall alone will kill you. That was from that same movie. And that was actually, that scene where they jump off the cliff in Butch Cassidy was filmed in Durango.
And you know the scene in Cool Hand Luke where they're on the drawbridge and they jump off.
Yeah,
that was filmed on the Santa Fe Orwood Bridge between Stockton and the Bay Area. It's a little place called Middle River.
Huh.
It's dark out here. I lost one of my fluorescent lights.
Oh yeah, I hate it when that happens.
It's a hard time to see them.
Well, I switch them to LEDs as soon as they go bad. I've got about 3 of them in here that the ballast went bad. You can't even find the ballast anymore.
Yeah.
These are those cheap shop lights you get for $15, or used to get for $15.
Yeah, I should switch to LEDs out here because they're a lot brighter.
Oh yeah, they're much brighter. Well, you can get them much brighter. Okay, let that dry for a little bit, and then I'll paint it. That'll look better that way than painting right onto the wood.
Yeah, I don't like to brighten the house, but out here they come in really handy.
Well, the nice thing is they've gotten so many of them now that are, the warm white and stuff like that. Because every light in the house, anytime a bulb went out in this new house, I say new, it's 7 years old. I changed it out to an LED, and they've got warm white and everything else.
Yeah.
Michael, yeah, here's another quote. Kid, next time I say, let's go someplace like Bolivia, let's go someplace like Bolivia.
I was like, how about, kid, you got no class.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't swim. Swim, hell, the fall alone will kill you. Yeah, Mike, you might probably wondering what I was doing here. I ended up staining this. Let me change this format. This is awful. There we go. Oh, that's not any better. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll give it I'm going to paint it, but I found that, especially on the structures that I want to look old, like they've got worn paint, I'll stain it with the the weathering stain, and I like this creosote under it, and then do a wash of the paint over it, and it looks really good. It looks like it's faded paint, and then the wood underneath is the worn. Any place you don't have the paint, it's got that worn look to it. And I find it just to be a real easy way to do that peeling paint look. Oh, Lynn McCurdy's here. Hey, Lynn. Yeah, Michael, I was going to give you my wife's favorite movie quote, but it's not from a Western. So it's from a movie. It's actually from a golf movie with Randy McQuaid before he went crazy. It's a really good golf movie. It was on HBO and it was never put on DVD or anything. But one of the wives of one of the golfers, she's dancing in a bar with McQuaid. Not McQuaid. Yeah, Dennis McQuaid. No, Randy McQuaid. I mean, she's dancing with him in this bar. His wife's already left him, and they're guys on golf tour, right? His wife's already left him, and his supposedly best friend is this gal's husband, and he's out skirt hunting, and she knows it. He doesn't know she knows it, but she knows he's got girlfriends in all these different towns. And so they're talking, and she makes the comment that mute Steve. She makes the comment, yeah, he doesn't even know he's an asshole, and that's my wife's favorite movie quote. Now we'll turn Steve back on. Okay, now we can do our paint. The nice thing I like about these stains is they dry really quick too. But that creosote sure gives a good weathered wood look. I've also got their brown, the brown mix, and it looks really good too. Okay, come here, paint. Okay. Thanks, Lee. Did I see the lobster ID on Heath's live stream? No, I didn't. I didn't see Heath's live stream. Golf is a game in which you yell 4, shoot 6, and write down 5. Oh, I wish it was that easy. Well, back in the ancient times, if men took sticks and beat the ground and cussed and swore, they called it witchcraft.
love it when I'm bleeding somewhere and I don't know where I'm bleeding and I'm getting blood all over.
Oh, I've done that before. When I used to do shower pans when I was plumbing, I'd be in breaking the tile out of the floor of the shower and the bottom 2 rows of the wall, and I'd look up and there'd be blood all over the walls because one of those little pieces of ceramic had come off of there when I'd hit it with a hammer and caught me on the knuckle or something, and I didn't even know it, and and I'd have blood just sprayed all over the inside of that shower stall.
I always like the cuts. They don't hurt until you find them.
Yeah.
As soon as you see it, oh, now it hurts.
Well, I'll tell you what'll make you find a cut real quick is get some PVC cleaner.
Oh yeah, acetone.
It was as bad as using thin CA, man. That stuff would run everywhere and burn. It'd find every cut you had. Doesn't really show very well, but I'll let that dry and come back and do a little bit more to it. Get off the solo here.
Well, I thought I'd get to the doors this morning, but I'm too tired to do the doors.
Too tired?
I should say sore. Thing's killing me.
Let's go back here.
I'm gonna go check on my children, Claude. See what else they've torn up.
Okay. While that's drying, put that over there and get back to work on the control panel. Oh, I need to go upstairs for just a minute. Be right back.
Everybody's still asleep.
Okay. Oh.
I wish I had $1 for every redwood splinter infection I got in my hands.
Yeah. Cedar and redwood will do that. And you won't even realize it's done it until it festers up good on you.
Yeah, and it doesn't take very long.
Steve Anderson he says nothing has really happened as Steve is still looking at that same corner piece.
You mean somebody's actually watching me?
Yeah, evidently they are. Yeah, we lost Australia. He decided he's going to go to bed. Okay, it's we started at 9 a.m. my time. Shannon, that's 2 in the morning right now at this time of year. So yeah, he not used to that. Lynn says, Claude and Steve, I've told you how much I like work. I can sit here and watch you guys work all day. I don't think that says much for you, Lynn.
You get paid for it.
Yeah, I think that says more about you than it does us.
You get paid for it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, no, he said he could sit and watch us work all day.
Oh, I thought he said he was at work watching us work all day.
No, he just says he can sit there and watch us work all day.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think it says more about him than it does me. It does us.
Let's see.
Oh, and for those of you who want to know what I'm doing right now, I'm masking off. I'm getting ready to spray the yellow on the back side of this, so I'm masking off where the touch toggles. Ooh, there they are. The touch toggles will come through. This is a third light added toggle here for crossover. So what it'll do is when I'll lay it under here on the crossover, and I tap the outside, and it'll light the two greens on the outside and align the turnouts for the normal route. Touch the middle, it'll turn it red, the middle one red, the green ones will go off, and it'll line it for the crossover. See you later, Steve, if you're still here.
See you, Steve. Put tape on that. It was so cold out here yesterday when I was gluing this. It was taking forever for this glue to dry.
I can understand that. And of course, I dropped my tape on the floor. Okay, one more crossover. Oh, two more crossovers.
You ever go to sleep, Claude, thinking about what you got to do the next day and planning it out?
No, I usually wake up in the middle of the night thinking about it. Usually by the time I go to sleep and go to bed, I'm so tired I just fall asleep.
Seems like I spend 30 minutes thinking about planning what I'm doing the next day.
You sound like Brenda. Plus, I take a sleep aid too, so I usually knocks me out.
Well, I take Advil PM, but
Well, I take the stuff that's in Advil PM. That's the sleep part of it, the PM part. You can get that and take it separately and not have to take the Advil with it.
that's no fun. I want all the drugs.
Well, I was taking all Advil too, or Advil PM too, and now I take them separately. Because I don't have to have the PM all the time, but I mean the Advil part all the time. But the nice thing about that sleep aid that's in that stuff, and I believe it's the same one that's in Tylenol PM also, is that stuff is non-habit forming, non-narcotic, and it's a good sleep aid, because what it does for me is it just helps me relax. Like if I have to wake up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, come back to sleep, go right back to sleep, come back to bed and go right back to sleep.
Oh, I know what I could do. I could glue that.
Okay, one crossover left.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to glue it. I want to, let's see. Tape it.
I really ought to treat this like two singles. No.
Do it with tape.
Bernard says his hat says, "I'm medicated for your protection."
Yeah. I like that.
Bernard's probably like me. You got that T-shirt, Bernard, like I've got, that says, "I'm pretty confident my last word's going to be, well, shit, that didn't work."
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Like, oops, bad idea. I'm getting hungry.
Hungry? Thought you were Steve.
Steve's a jerk. Oh, wait a minute. It would help.
I got another one, Bernard, that says duct tape. It can't fix stupid, but it can muffle the sound.
And it can keep them from running away. Six and a quarter.
I figured you'd like that. Nope, Lee had to leave. See you later, Lee.
Who else left besides Bernard?
I have no idea. We have 6 in here. So let's see. Bernard's here. Nancy's here. I don't know who's left. Lynn, is Lynn still here? And I don't know if Mike's still here. He may have left. Nancy says, he's talking to me. She goes, are you ever going to share that layout of yours or keep it one big secret?
One big secret.
Nancy, it's, go to the channel. You can see all the updates on there. I'm getting ready to do another update, but I wanted to get this control panel finished to be on there. So it'll probably be at least the weekend, if not the first of next week. Just depends. Since I'm retired now, I've got more time to work on it, so it goes a little bit faster. Actually, I'll give you a hint of what is coming on the layout on the update. Is I do have all the yard tracks wired and the turnout motors hooked up, and it's ready to go. So I'm hoping to be running trains on it for the update. So we'll see. But that's why I got to get this control panel done first. In fact, I believe I'm ready. Oop, no, I missed one. I would not have been happy if I missed that. Now, remember, guys, this Saturday, no show this Saturday. I'm actually going to go to a train show. So we will not have a show this week. Oh. Okay. I'm not sure what's next on this. Oh, good old paint fumes. Spray paint fumes.
Okay, clamp. How do you lose a 4-foot clamp? There it is.
Well, if anybody could do it, it'd be us. Bernard C. There was no Pomona. Been moved to Victorville March 19th and 20, and we're wait to see if we're in. Oh, this is interesting. What are you talking about, Lynn? Lynn, did you make Pomona? Oh, they're talking race cars, I bet. The Great Train Show in Victorville. Really? I used to live in Victorville on Don Street. That's kind of cool when people start talking about that part of the state that I was from.
Yeah.
I actually loved it up in the desert when I was a kid. It's way more people there now than when I lived there, but I think Bernard was talking race cars and Lynn was talking train show. Well, because Pomona had both, I know, or at least used to. In fact, the Pomona one is at the Fairgrounds in Pomona. It's going to be at the San Bernardino County Fairgrounds. I remember that. Yeah. San Bernardino County is the largest county in the country. Just for your FYI. Of course, 99% of it's desert, so. Yeah, been to the San Bernardino Fairgrounds, that's for sure. San Bernardino County Fairgrounds in Victorville. Used to be on the south side of town. I think it's right in the middle of town now. The way that place has grown. That and Apple Valley both have gone crazy. People trying to get out of LA, I'm sure. Ooh, that might have been a mistake painting that. I've been painting it leaving the room. But I didn't leave the room this time. So that's a little strong. Always for smooth appeal and stay from lower section, planted section. Things upper sash and frame. Make sure to keep the edge of the glazing flush with the top of the frame. Pick the lower sash in place on the frame. Okay. Interesting. This is where I'm going to have trouble with this kit because I've never done this before. One of these laser cut goodies. Okay, windows. Those are not windows. Those are doors. We want that. Aha. Yeah, the windows. Okay. Windows. There. And there's a 5 windows. Okay. Woo, man. I think I'm gonna have to get out of here. I know what I'll do. Since everybody was wanting, or Nancy was wanting a sneak peek at the. Are you still here, Nancy? Hey, Bernard, take care.
Later, Bernard.
Hey, get one for me, would you? Okay, Nancy, I'll take my phone up, although it's running out of battery. I've got a charger upstairs, I think. I'll take this up there, and I'm going to get out of the clean fumes and give you a quick peek up there, okay? Turn the mic on. Hope you can hear me. Okay, let me get this thing. Oh, I should have put it on full. Okay. Steve, can you hear me?
I can. Loud and clear.
Steve?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Here's what it looks like. It's a mess. Another reason why I didn't show anybody anything. But yeah, that roundhouse is going to stay, and the other roundhouse is going to go up on the top deck. I've been putting in flats along the back and some lights in them. And part of it's covered up with the cardboard here, but I've got all the track in for the yard now, so I can start doing some scenicking and stuff like that. Quick peek at the lumber yard, which is kind of in disarray right at the moment. Got the new road put in back here, back to the back, and that's going to be a dead end down there. And then for the buildings that I have sitting over here, these two are not where they're going to sit, of course. But you can go to the update and see where those will be. I had them placed where they're going to be, so you'll be able to see that. But and of course, then there's Colorado. Actually, this scene right here, I believe, is northern New Mexico. It's either very far south Colorado or northern New Mexico, because this scene and this backdrop both are on the Cumbers and Toltec line. That's where those pictures were taken from. Anyway, that's pretty much where I've been. I've been doing a lot of wiring, all the good stuff underneath. Here's the bases for the touch toggles that I'll be using are right here. And then of course the control panel will sit right here in front of it. But anyway, that's kind of a quick view of my layout and all the rest of the junk in the room that is everywhere. Kind of get an overview. So hopefully that satisfies you for a little bit. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Can't hardly breathe in here with that. With the fact, this one I'm going to have to turn off because the phone's back on. Okay. You're quite welcome, Nancy. Like I say, I'll do an update. It'll be all cleaned up. You'll get to see more of it. I'm hoping to have a little more landscaping in it when I do that. That's why I haven't done an update yet. So trying to have a little bit more to show than just say, oh, well, I got it all wired. That's kind of dull. So how's that thing coming, Steve?
It's coming. I'm putting in the cross braces on the roof.
And that's going to look awesome.
Got to be able to make sure I get my fuel tank out. Okay.
Yeah, that is going to look awesome.
Yeah, I think it's going to look really good. Pretty happy. I wish it wasn't as heavy as it is, but I can't help that.
Well, the only way I think you could have made it any lighter would have been to use thinner plywood on the box.
Oh, I only used 1/2 inch. You know, if I used, I don't think, actually this was really light anyway, so I don't think it would have made.
Yeah, because if you'd used, and if you'd used 1/4 inch, then you would have had to brace it inside.
Yeah.
So
it was kind of a trade-off, but that's not where the weight's coming from.
Where's weight coming from? Trucks in the frame? And
the trucks are 25 pounds. The propane tank's 25 pounds. The frame is another 20 pounds, give or take, plus the wood.
Yeah. Yeah, the wood's going to be the lightest part of it.
Yeah. I mean, just the trucks, the frame, and the tank's 75 pounds.
Man.
So there wasn't any place to shimmy corners.
Yeah. Yeah, not when all the stuff you have to have is got lots of weight to it.
Well, the only thing the left's going to go in here, you know, it would be just an assortment of hand tools and stuff. Nothing, you know, nothing huge. I think I'm going to get this cross member in, Claude, and then I'm going to call it a day.
Yeah, I think I will too, because like I say, I've been doing this painting, and I'd come in and spray a coat on and then leave. But when I sprayed it and then I sat in here, it was like, whoa, man. I didn't really realize how strong it was till I came back in from out there.
Yeah.
And I got the door open, but even though that door goes into the garage, it's pretty chilly. It's a lot warmer than outside, but it's still cool. The sash on the back side, stick the glazing to that. Okay, so it's the glazing. Oh, right there. Oh, that's nice. They even laser cut the glass on this thing for the windows and stuff.
Wow.
I don't know how to put together a kit that I don't have to cut all this stuff to size. That's kind of freaking me out. get something over here I can see what the hell I'm doing. Oh! Yeah, I think I'm gonna paint another coat of paint on that control panel and then leave the room.
Yeah.
They'll put her computer back where it's supposed to be.
My globe.
I don't know how many we got left in here. Oh, there's 7 people in here. Oh. Somebody new came in, or? Oh. You're welcome, Lynn. Oh, Bill's here. Hey, Bill.
Bill.
He snuck in. Didn't know he was here. We're just messing around.
Just about to call it a day.
Yeah. We're just about ready to get off of here and go do something productive. Nah, ain't gonna do that. Okay, that's gotta be that, and that. Which glazing goes with which one? It's kind of confusing. Okay, well, since I'm confused now, I'll leave that right there. Doesn't take much to confuse me. Ah, you need my channel. Okay, hang on a second. Because I got to switch over on this. Oh, really? Let me do it this way. YouTube. Channel. That's not it.
Okay.
Huh. I took it off of there. Oh, there it is. There we go. There you go, Nancy. That should take you to it. Righty then.
Well, guys, I think I'm calling it quits. I'm done.
Yep, I'm cooked too. We can get another coat of paint on this thing and then head into the house. Thanks for joining us, guys. It's always fun. And like I say, I'll get a update out hopefully this weekend, although I'll be out of town most of the day Saturday. And no show Saturday. because of that. But I'll try and get an update out sometime this weekend or early in the week next week. So you can see actually more of what I'm doing because I had so much junk sitting on today. Anyway, thank you all for coming by, and Steve, we'll see you later.
Okay, man. Love you. Take care.
Take care, and everybody have a good day. Rest of the day.
Hasta la vista.
Bye. I find the button.